Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Happy
Happy
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Welcome back, Sophie.
Thank you for the invite.
Always welcome.
There.
So tonight's going to be 90 Day. No talk of anything other than 90 Day. We're getting back on track. Brooklyn may or may not be joining us. She's going away soon. She's really busy, so I don't know. We might see her. I know everyone's dying to know about my 10-hour live. I'll get there in a second. Let me just say hi to everybody real quick. Hi, Jay Freak. Sheila. Hi, Velvet. Pipsqueak. Patty S. Michelle. Franca. Becky. Paula. Ruth Ann. Susie B. Seraphim. And I didn't say someone's name twice. Mel B. I'm going to jinx myself. Hi, Mel B. That didn't count because I was in saying Mel B. Now I said a triplicate. See what happens when I open my mouth?
Velvet Pixie and Susie. Susie B's husband is in the hospital.
Oh, Susie B, I'm sorry to hear that.
Everybody, prayers, good vibes, whatever you do, send it their way. Please.
Exactly.
Hi, Becky S. Sweet
Flower
Sue.
Child.
I think Gracie wants to be a part of your show now.
Tanya, who? Linda. Hi, Linda.
My dog.
Well, I think Gracie already is. As much a part as Georgie is when he jumps behind my chair. Where is he? Oh, he's in the window. That's his other spot. All right, so the 10-hour live. It wasn't an accident. I was just curious.
Don't say.
I was just curious to see something. I was like, let me just see what happens if I do this. Hey, Chaos. Hey, Sherry. And I am completely in shock that at this point in time.
What's the viewage?
For exactly 10 hours of dead air and silence. 3.1 thousand views, and it keeps climbing.
Wow.
So for those who say I need certain people to talk about, I can go live for 10 hours with absolute silence and get 3,000 views.
That's hysterical.
And I think I might do it more often because I saw people chatting in the thing, maybe like an overnight chat.
Yeah, I would come in from time to time and say hi to people and whatever, but yeah.
And maybe I'll leave my camera on and you might pop me being drunk on wine or I don't know. So hey Teddy.
The cat's playing in the house while you're sleeping.
I don't know. Let's see how many more we can get. I'll just Truman show everything.
That's funny.
Hey Rosemary. All right, so that was about the 10-hour live. So there you go. I know everybody.
That is hysterical. I think that is just
silence. 10 hours of straight silence. I never even said anything or showed my face or nothing.
Yeah, because at like 5:30 this morning, I seen that he was live, and I clicked through the 40 minutes you had been live or whatever it was, and there was dead silence. So I messaged him. I'm like, "Are you okay?" And he's like,
"Some people were messaging me. John's been live. Is he okay?" I'm like, "As far as I know, yes."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yes, I'm okay. I'm doing something."
And for all the people that record every one of my lives, you better get more hard drive space because. So let me play the intro and then we'll get going. Hey, Rody Gal. Hey, gotta be me. All right.
Rody Gal.
That one on.
He is. He's fabulous. And he's on the inside.
Pull that one on.
All right, so I don't have the strength for Gino and Jasmine yet. So let's go to let's start with Misha and what's his name? Nicola.
So,
Ugh.
John, I am going to have to agree with you that this was painful to watch because I typically watch them twice. I'll watch the first time just, straight through, and then the second time so I can take my notes.
Oh wait, you watch? Oh my God, you poor thing. I mean,
I
that's
know. And
terrible.
I was like,
Like I can't watch. This is hard, and I'm trying to be like, I've been reading the comments. I mean, we know you hate the show, John, but you have to be that hateful. So I'm trying to limit my hate.
Lighten it up a little bit.
But God, you get your pen and paper and you start writing the second you put that show on.
Mhm.
Watching that
Mhm.
twice. I mean, I'll watch Housewives if it's a really good episode. Like all the times Jersey was on, I watched them like twice, sometimes 3 times, depending on how good the episode was. But no, not this. Hey, Tony Ann. Hey, to Helen back.
got it.
So, all right. So, what do we think? So, she gets there. He's the 46-year-old virgin.
Okay.
He's very awkward.
I think it's because he's not used to being around very many women
Sorry,
besides his family.
I'm going to be blowing my nose on camera. Ugh.
But yes, he is awkward.
Yeah. And, it's, I don't, surprise, shocker, I don't see them lasting.
Well, and like she's a pretty good-looking lady. I have to say, even
She's
though like her
a
prayers
beautiful
are
lady.
so rehearsed and over the top. I don't know anybody that prays like that. Hail Mary, full of grace. No, honey. No. And I'm a Catholic, and I've never.
Yeah, even the most staunch Catholics, I don't think pray as much as she does.
No, I don't think so either.
So,
And I'm Catholic as well, so I can say that.
yeah, I've never. No. I would look at people would if someone was praying that in my church, they would all look like. I wouldn't be like, oh, peace be with you with her. I wouldn't. Lord knows what she would give you.
They don't even say peace be with you and also with you. They changed it.
What is it now?
What is the response oil?
Thank you, Wicked.
Thank you, Wicked. You're like so stealth when you do that. Like I don't even see it coming. Thank you, Wicked.
Oh, you don't see my camera? My phone?
No, like you're stealth. Like you're in the middle of a sentence and it just pops up. All right, well, we'll figure it out. It shows you I haven't been to church in a bit. So it's something different now. Whatever. All right.
Yeah,
So,
it is. Hold on.
And I'm not religious, so I couldn't help you.
Yeah, the word of God, thanks be to God. Hold on. What do Catholics say before that?
oh, we should call Misha.
Yeah, we should.
Misha, where you at, girl? Anyhow, well, we're trying to figure that out. And I'm trying to rush it a little bit because I know this is way past Sophie's bedtime. That's why I was like on time tonight.
It's fine.
Thank you, baby. Sorry. Allergies today. It's driving me crazy.
I feel you.
Ugh.
So what do you think?
All right. So, he hasn't kissed a girl in 16 years.
Mhm.
I mean, it's sad. Like the 46-year-old virgin's part said.
And also with your spirit.
Also with your spirit.
Also with your spirit.
And then you say back, and also with you still.
No, they say
You're still stuck on this.
instead of peace be with you, and instead of now and also with you, you say and also with your spirit.
Oh, so do you just like the shaking in the hands and the hugging thing with the strangers like around you? Is that still a thing? Okay.
Yeah, they changed it a couple years ago.
I didn't
And
know.
it was very apparent when I'm like, and also with you.
I haven't been. I actually do think it's true. I really think that he hasn't kissed a woman in 16 years. I mean,
Yes, me too.
I'm thinking longer.
I'm skeptical about a lot of things on this show, but that I believed. And I also believe that he's a 46-year-old virgin.
Mhm.
What I don't understand is the whole annulment thing. And maybe it's different in Israel, but I've had plenty of Catholic friends get divorced and get remarried in the Catholic Church.
That's what I was wondering because I thought if she wasn't married in the church, then her first marriage is
Right.
not recognized.
Yeah, but that's what I thought too. They had a civil ceremony like the first marriage. So
Right. Because
um,
I know when
pregnant.
I have a friend of mine, and this has been 100 years ago, but she got married. And when she got married the second time, since her first marriage wasn't in the church, she was able to get married in the Catholic Church.
I mean,
I always thought it was only if you wanted to get married in the church.
But what's the divorce rate? Like 51% or 40? It's like 50-50, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of those people are Catholics getting married. Hey, Julie Marie. So why? I don't understand I don't know, maybe if to get married in Israel, but he also said it's only 2% Catholic there.
Right. But he would also, like, if she wants her marriage recognized here, she has to get married here. She can't get married overseas and have it recognized here.
No, she can. Yeah,
I
no.
thought like if you got married
I think it's
overseas,
just like extra paperwork, isn't it?
I think that you
That's
had to
what I
get
think too.
married in the States to have it recognized.
No, there is some countries like I know, like Lisa, baby girl Lisa said, like her marriage, her Nigerian marriage to what's his name, the rock star, the little drummer boy. That's not recognized here because I guess she never filed the paperwork. So I mean, she's still married there to him, I guess, and he's still married to her there, I guess. But
Yeah, Susan's agreeing with us. She's saying if she's not married in Catholic Church,
yeah. So that's I don't know. That's the one thing I'm like, huh? But whatever. So lovey-dovey. She comes with. I mean, I think she's there for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
What do we
which
think
isn't
about?
a lot of time. I mean, she was like, it's a long time to be away from your family, but it's really not.
My
But
issue
it's
is
not
the
a long
luggage.
time to get to know somebody that you might end up marrying.
Right. Because, people, when you meet them in person, can be totally different than
Mhm.
this, what you even talking on the phone.
Yeah.
I dated this guy several years ago. He and I went to high school together. We reconnected on Facebook. When I went to go visit him, and he was a drunken, sloppy mess.
Oh, so you met me?
No. He and like super like said inappropriate things about my nieces, and
Oh wow.
he had a
That's
DUI, so
scary.
I had to do all the driving, and he thought it was fun because I was like backing up one day, and he just like slammed his hand against the thing to make me think I hit something.
Oh wow.
That didn't
That's
go over
that's
well.
really that's creepy. That's
Yeah.
scary.
So I'm like, yeah.
And guys, can you do me a favor, mods? Can you drop Sophie's information, like her channel and stuff, in the chat for me?
Oh, thank you.
Michelle, we really haven't talked about anything yet. We're just on Misha and Nicola.
Yeah, we just started really.
So they get in the car, I guess, picking her up from the airport, and they pray before they drive off.
Like, is it going to be like, let's pray every time I take a dump together? Like, dear
Probably.
Hail Mary, full of grace, make this dump come out of the.
Or did she think that his car
now I'm being
was going
blasphemous.
to
You know what I'm doing
break
right now?
down on the way to the hotel? Or did she think that he was going to be that bad of a driver that let's just get this prayer over with so I cover my bases in case I
Like, to me, like overdoing it like that,
Yeah.
like kills me. Like, it's just
Mhm.
so over the top.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess there are people like I didn't know there were that devout Catholic like that out there. Like, I come from a very Italian Catholic family, and I thought they were
Right.
pretty but
I mean, I'm sure the Pope is that Catholic. I'm not
well,
sure.
yeah, of
anyone
course
else.
the pontiff's going to be that Catholic, and he's probably not even that Catholic.
I'm sure. Well, he doesn't drive the Pope mobile, so I guess he's okay.
It's just over top. But my thing is the luggage. So I mean, she comes with a lot of baggage in every sense of the word.
Yes.
Did you freeze? Okay, you froze for a minute. So they get to the hotel room, and the view was very nice in Nazareth. That was
Beautiful.
pretty. The hotel room was a little bit smaller than I expected it to be.
Like seriously, that's like a full-size bed?
That's a full. That's a twin at best.
I mean, that I always mix those up. Yeah, a twin. I'm like, I mean, come on, that's like a dorm room bed. I was waiting for the bunk beds.
My dorm room bed was bigger than that.
Mine was the extra long.
Oh God, I had a tiny bed in college. And then what happens is that she unpacks. And
but don't forget they laid the bed together, and he was like, "No, we can't do that."
Oh yeah, he's and she was saying like I get that he's like a virgin, but I'm flirting, and I was understanding what she was saying. There's ways to be fun and flirty without like putting the P in the V.
Yeah.
But
Clever.
she jumped on that bed, and he was like, "Look, lady, I don't know what you're about.
We need to pray again.
Yeah, I got to do two rosaries and a novena right now to wash away that sin that just befallen us.
We also need to do a few Hail Marys. Mary, I can speak
And
tonight.
a priest to come and bless the room.
I mean, throw holy water on the bed or something.
No, Pineapple, we just got into it. We're on the first couple, Misha. You didn't miss Amanda yet.
Yeah.
So then she goes in the shower and then he goes to get wine. I don't know what vineyard he got her from, but by the time he comes back, that room looks like a bomb hit it.
Oh, yeah.
And I was on his side with this.
It was too much.
Too much.
Too much.
She had stuff hanging from the lamps, the TV, and then she goes, "Oh, I'm not done yet. I still have another suitcase to unpack." Did she really, all the sand? Do you really need to bring 40 pairs of sandals with you for what, 2 weeks?
No.
I'm a chronic overpacker, but
Same.
even I wouldn't have gone that overboard.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like a chronic overpacker, but I also like to mix and match my stuff. So okay, if I decide not to wear that, I can still wear that with this.
Mhm.
I'm not going to pack 45 pairs of sandals.
See, I'm always a light packer. Like, I don't like to bring a lot of stuff. I don't like to get confused because like you're rifling through like the suitcase and whatever.
Well,
And if
you're
something I
also a
forgot,
guy,
I'll just
so.
buy it when I'm there. Like that's it.
That's kind of me too. Like, okay, if I went through and like, okay, I got this, and this, and if I forget it, I'll just go buy it.
There's always something you can forget. Like
Yes.
toenail clippers or like, socks or something weird. There's always
Something obscure.
that you don't think of. And I always pack at the last absolute second, like 3 hours before the flight, I'm packing or before we get in the
Oh
car.
no,
But
not
did
me.
they not have a
Mm-mm.
closet or
That room again
drawers?
was tiny.
I think it was sitting there. Her clothes were sitting folded on top of a dresser. I'm pretty sure,
But
but
were
I
the
don't know
drawers
why
back?
she didn't put the stuff in there. I don't know.
They
I mean,
needed a
is it-
bigger suite.
Looked super duper tiny. I mean, it kind of looked like a glorified walk-in closet. And I'm not talking like Heather Dubrow closet. I'm talking
Oh, I'm feeling guilty that we didn't pray before this recap now. Oh well.
Oh,
So
shucks.
and he's talking about the annulment and he's like, well, if we're up to me, I'd marry you right now. And she's like, oh, it's not like I don't agree with you, but I'm not quite there yet.
But before she left, she's like, "Oh, I hope I come back with an engagement ring."
Do you see them together? I can't.
I
No.
can't know.
I see no
No.
attraction.
I think that because of his faith, that she's probably more attracted to him but I don't think that he will accept like her flirtiness. I think he could become extremely jealous. And you can tell he's very black or white. There's no gray.
Mhm,
Oh yeah.
mhm.
And we should say a quick prayer for that. Pineapple says, Uncle Joe, my mom would always say, you're not going to a third world country, so you can always buy what you need. That was me. Like I hate packing. I hate thinking about packing. I just throw like some shit in a box and I'm good. And off to the airport I go. I'm always usually pretty good.
But I mean, how many suitcases did she bring? 2?
3.
3, I
Three?
think.
And those were 3 giant, like those weren't stuff that you put like in the overhead compartment suitcases. Those are like
No.
checked in, and those suitcases weigh like 100 pounds
Max
each.
weight.
Yeah, so I'm
Okay,
sure
good.
she had to pay extra for that luggage too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Probably.
it was a lot. Oh shoot! I
All
forgot.
right. So, is there anything else we need to discuss with
Hold
them?
on, let me look. They weren't
2
really
weeks,
on there
Susie.
a lot,
I think 2 weeks, Susie.
but Mom knows 0 about Misha,
Oh, yeah. Good point.
and he is kind of creepy. Her
So
first,
wait a minute. He would marry her right now, but mom knows nothing about it.
correct.
Well, does the mom even know that she exists, or that she's just not in Israel?
Mom knows nothing. Mom doesn't know he's at a hotel with a girl. Mom doesn't know her name. Mom doesn't know she exists.
Well, she's not going to like, probably because she's been
No.
divorced, has 2 grown kids, and probably that She's not
Right.
going to bear any grandchildren. I mean, I guess she can, right? She's 42. I mean, it's time's a ticking.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. The fact that the mom doesn't know anything about it just made me not believe their
Mhm.
story a little bit. But I could also see him being
Very
gun-shy
secretive about it.
about it because it is a gamble. But they've been talking for 7 years. She doesn't know that she exists, but they've been talking for 7 years, on and off, or
Yeah.
on. Like,
Strange.
that's weird.
Very strange.
All right, like I said, I'm trying to go in order, but I don't have the energy for Gino and Jasmine yet. So
That's
let's
okay.
move to okay. Oh boy. All right. I'm gonna do a quick Hail Mary before this recap. Okay, so we meet a new couple this week. Christian, who's 30 and from Minneapolis.
And Cleo.
Might have to get some sacrificial wine. And Cleo, who is from Italy, but lives in London
As a model.
as a model. So we learn about Christian that he likes to make people laugh a lot and he dates a lot of women.
He's a chaser. He like a perpetual dater. He says, "Oh, I want to get married," but he also said in the same sentence, like, once the chase is over, like he married his friend on a whim and got it annulled later because I think he's wanting the chase. He doesn't, he's always going to be looking for the next best thing. I could be wrong.
Well, no, I mean, it seems like he's definitely wanted a challenge, I would say.
Yes.
Sorry.
We got one.
Isn't he a newscaster or something?
Is he? I didn't pick up on that.
No, that was like
What was
it was filming
No,
during Halloween.
it was a costume party or something like
yeah,
that.
and he went.
Okay.
He was at a Halloween party. And
Halloween party.
Okay.
As someone I never heard of.
Yes, Susan, I kind of agree. He just wants to be on TV. And
Mhm.
and we'll get there in a second, God help us all. So then we flash to Cleo and
She puts on her sunflower necklace to identify that she has an invisible disability, which I'd never heard of.
I never heard of the sunflower necklace either. Like
Yeah.
if I saw that
Mhm.
somebody wearing a sunflower lanyard, I'd be like, I probably wouldn't even think twice about it.
Right, yeah,
me
no.
neither.
But she's autistic, so and then she was saying that being autistic, she has a hard time like being in like big cities. But I'm like, then why did you move to London?
And how are you a model?
Yeah.
Like, how are
Yeah.
you walking down the runway?
Yeah, because there's cameras flashing and
Right.
stuff like
Yeah.
that.
I'm
It's very
wondering
busy.
if, like, she wears earbuds when she models.
Hey Polly, I doubt it. I don't know. Maybe.
It just seemed weird.
Got
a very weird did you see the oh my gosh, what was the Netflix series?
Gotta be me. We'll get there. I'm trying to go in order of the show. Go ahead, Wicked.
It was the one New York socialite who fooled everyone into believing she was an heiress. Oh, what was the name of that?
Oh, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
remember the name of it.
Like just recently?
Yeah, it was within the last year.
The only
It
New
was
York socialite I
Anna-
could think of
Yeah.
pretending would be Tinsley from the Real Housewives of New York, because she was no any money. So
Oh,
But yeah,
No,
she's
definitely.
she's pretty.
yeah.
A little
And then she-
socially awkward, but
very awkward.
And she's
So am
fixated
I.
on astrology. She
And what's your personality sign?
all I know is
Me?
that I'm an Aries, and that's all I know.
I'm
I'm a
Scorpio.
Pisces.
Yes, Anna something.
Oh, you're
Thank you,
Taurus.
Susan.
Done free.
So Anna Sorokin,
Working.
is that it?
I'll
Anna
find out.
Dumfrey?
Anna Delvey,
Delvey.
inventing Anna. So, like in that, she had a weird kind of like accent, like she does. It's just this weird like mixture of about 15 different It's just weird.
Well, I was expecting like more of like an Italian like brogue, you know.
Yes.
But I didn't hear any Italian in that accent at all. It just sounded very straight London to me, like British.
Yeah.
Oh, hibbity bibbity, this is my like, you know, pip pip
Yes,
cheerio. What's your star sign? So, and then like,
Yeah.
you know, she was asking production, which was cute. You saw like production
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then you know, she's meeting her friend at the thrift shop to get a new
New
look
outfit. She's thrifting.
for what's his name, Christian, when he comes over. And then like you get dropped on your lap that Cleo is trans.
Okay. Did you all notice like she had a hair clip in her back
Yes.
of her head? It's what was it holding back?
Nothing.
Because it was like kind of underneath the hair and just I'm like,
Yeah. I don't know if her hair's just falling out of it throughout the day and it was just barely hanging on, but it
but
wasn't
you would think
holding
with
anything.
like sensory issues that she
It would
wouldn't
have
have.
bothered her because that
Yeah.
stuff bothers me. Yeah.
But I'm just like, oh yeah. But it yeah.
Ooh,
But
pip, pip.
she's-
It's just something I put in my hair. So the Bobbies don't get me. Sorry.
But then we also find out, like, I got the impression that she hadn't had any surgery at all,
Right.
and that she was only, thank you, Patricia,
Oh, thank you,
Thank you,
Patricia, with a
Patricia.
C.
that she had only is on hormones and testosterone blockers.
Okay,
Mhm.
well, yeah, and that we find that she's been transitioning for 9 years, and that's what like I was like,
Or-
okay, 9 years. I know. Listen, I know I'll get in trouble for whatever, however I phrase this, or you know, I'm not trying to be mean or rude, but like 9 years, and you know, you didn't even shave the Adam's apple, or
Exactly.
you know, and like the second she opened her mouth, me and Cody looked at each other and we said, "Oh, that's a man."
Mhm.
I mean, just from the voice, and then like you know, it was Cody that said, "That's a man," and I saw the Adam's apple. I'm like, oh, you
See,
know.
I didn't notice it until she said that she was trans, but you know,
And maybe you know she doesn't have the means to. I guess you know surgeries are expensive.
Either the means or doesn't want to.
I don't know. I mean, 9 years and you're just on the hormones.
yeah, and I'm
Maybe it's just to keep her from going back into a man.
yeah, and it was just to me it was odd.
Thank you, Polly. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you, Polly.
We need them. Thank you. And I'm not trying to be insensitive or anything, you know, but for me, you know, you made it from Italy to London, and it sounds like you've been in London for a long time. 9 years is a long time to still just be on the hormones. And again,
Right.
in these surgeries, I think aren't covered by insurance, right? They're or maybe they are. I don't know. I think
It just
they're not.
depends on what insurance it is. I have a friend that was born female and she is transitioning to be male. She just started taking testosterone like 3 weeks ago.
How old is she? Just so I was curious.
She's my age. She's in her 40s.
And did she
And they
always
still go by their woman name, so she still, as of now, identifies as a woman because that's what
Thank you,
everybody-
Wicked.
So hello, Wicked. So and I don't know if she plans on going through the surgery to get the male parts. I don't know.
And if we learn anything from Gabriel, that's pretty intense.
It is. Yeah,
surgery.
it is. I might have to show her his website on the underwear.
Oh
Does-
yeah,
doesn't
that's
he
a
sell
good
the
idea.
underwear? I might have to do that. Yeah.
That's a good
I
idea.
forgot all about it.
Me too.
Yeah,
Until
I'm gonna
you,
do that.
I just
Oh,
the
you're
only thing
welcome,
I remember
Susie.
from Gabriel is how unbearable he was during that tell-all. God, he was unbearable.
Yeah, he was.
He was really horrible. So there's that, and then next scene we see is back at Christian's house with his friends, and they're talking about Cleo, and you know, again, the friends are asking, well, you know, does you know Well, he says before the friends desk, he goes, listen, he goes, I know if I brought Cleo around my friends and family, nobody would be able to tell that was a man. I was like,
Not so much.
maybe because we're under the gay umbrella, right?
Right. Yeah, probably.
Ah, Brooklyn,
Brooklyn!
are you coming up, Brooklyn?
Brooklyn?
I'll give you the triangle, Brooklyn. Hold on. I gotta get my dinger. There it is. For Brooklyn, the triangle of truth. There you go.
There you go. Come on down, Brooklyn. People have been asking. They
So,
need hoots and giggles.
maybe it's because, and Cody and I have been around a lot of trans being in the gay community, and it's easier for us to tell or whatever, but I don't know, she has a very big Adam's apple.
Yes.
I have a pronounced Adam's apple. Like mine is big, it sticks out. So like I would never be able to get away with it. I would have to wear like a turtleneck, or two turtlenecks every day to hide this beast I have here. It's big. So all right. So
I mean, honestly,
Two turtlenecks.
I'll probably get crucified for this. I don't
listen,
know.
again,
that
we're not trying to be mean at all. We're just
no. But
show
I don't
and-
know that I could date a trans man, especially if they hadn't gone to the surgery. Sorry, he doesn't have the equipment that I want.
No, you're not into those parts. You're into
Right.
the male parts, not the
Right.
female.
And
Understandable.
I would prefer, and I guess it's just like, when you're dating and anything
Rosemary,
else. It's like,
thank you.
Thank you,
you look for
Rosemary.
certain things. Maybe you
There's
wouldn't date
a
outside.
checklist that you have for yourself.
Wait, what? There's an
Yeah.
echo?
No,
No.
Oh, sorry.
that's
Rosemary,
okay.
the slide. Rosemary, go ahead.
But I just, there are certain things that you want in a partner. And I think if you've never been in that type of situation, I think it would be very hard. I mean, it's like you're getting ready to, do the hibbity dibbity and, you're like, oh, hold on a minute.
And then like the friends were like, well, what kind of surgery? What are you working with? And it's like, that's not for me to say. Whatever. With
Which
that.
I appreciated
I
because
know, but I was
it
like,
is,
whatever.
but come on.
Because that leads the next line of questioning. He walked right. He just opened that door and walked right into it. Because then what if she has the top and then you're working with a P situation down there.
But I don't think she had the top because she was
nothing,
very,
zero.
yeah, she was very, very just thanks to the hormone.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they've had that conversation.
Well, no.
They've had to have.
What? Him and the friends?
No, him and Cleo were.
He said that they did. That they had the conversation. That he knows. But what was I going to say?
He knows what he's working with when he gets
but
there.
I mean, he walked into it.
Mhm.
You
And
know,
the
by
friends
him.
are like, well, have you ever been with a man? He's like, well, I kissed a guy in college once. Okay,
And I didn't like it. I found out that I was very heterosexual. It's like, okay, but how is this going to progress?
Here we are. Mm-hmm.
Well, you're going there to be with a woman who,
A transitional woman.
right, who hasn't gotten past the hormone part yet. I'm trying to be as delicate as possible about this, and that's what. Yeah, exactly, Susan. Like I don't see that. I just see this as him just wanting to be on TV because if you really, he goes, I'm heterosexual.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely heterosexual.
then he says a person's a person. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, you can't. I don't think you can have it both ways.
So we'll find out, I guess, when he gets over there. When Christian gets to go see Cleo in London for TV and Smoke and Mirrors.
There you go.
All right. Are we good with them?
I think we're good with that.
Okay. Oh, God.
Let's do Dave and Sheila because I don't have anything written down for them other than David and Sheila.
Okay, it's so hard with David because obviously it's all subtitles.
Right.
So I have like one sentence written down. So let's go off of memory on this one. So he's about, is it Sheila, her name?
Yes, David and Sheila.
Really? Her name's
Yeah.
Sheila?
Because
Okay.
there's Riley and Violet.
Okay, Sheila works.
Okay.
He gets there, lots of flying, and you see her, packing up, and she's gonna stay with David in a hotel for the first couple of days, so they could be like intimate and be alone and have their little time together. And I don't think David's gonna go, after traveling like that, gonna want to go to her immediate, whatever you want to call what she lives in. I don't, Damas. Forebodings. I don't know.
I don't know.
That place is, it's rough.
Yeah.
That like I seen the movie Broke Down Palace. If you ever seen that movie, and
Mhm.
John,
Is she the one who
John, that is the limits. You can't. Broke Down Palace is when Claire Danes and some other actress they're in Thailand on a vacation, and they drug smuggler put stuff in their pants, so they get busted, and they're stuck in like a Thai prison, and it's horrible. It's a really sad movie, like so goddamn sad. I watched it one time. I never watched this movie ever again, but it was a horrible place, and that reminded me. It looked, Broke Down Palace looked better than that. Thank you. At least one person got my reference. Go ahead, Wicked. You were saying.
I got you.
Is this the woman who their house had been in like a hurricane or something?
A typhoon, a hurricane,
it was something, and her conditions were worse than Rose's, which I thought Rose's were
way worse.
Oh, wow.
And much credit to Rose that she's now living the life.
Well, that's, hopefully, what's her name? Cheryl, what's her name?
Sheila.
Hopefully Sheila can get, her family into a nicer place too. So,
it's, I didn't have anything with other than David and Sheila. I wrote no comments down.
They get to the airport. Well, she gets to the airport to meet him. They see each other. She hugs him and she starts bawling and crying. Like, it was so sweet. Like, I could feel the love coming off of her out of the TV.
And actually, like, again, I have less than stellar things to say about most casts, most new casts, I should rephrase, but I actually believe them. Like,
Yeah.
You could tell he was happy. You could tell she was happy. It was a cute little thing. I'm like, oh, this is actually nice. And then they go back to the hotel room to get it on, and they really didn't have much airtime.
Not at all.
No.
Am I missing anything from it?
No.
No, other than, they're in bed and they're not even snuggling. They're not kissing. It's just like, I don't know, weird.
Awkwardness.
Yes, very awkward.
They'll get there. But I was actually like a little excited, not excited, but like happy to see like that he kept saying before they met that she didn't know like American Sign Language, but she seemed like she could like,
she's getting there. I think
make
she's
her way through a conversation.
Yeah. Like I was expecting it to be like all texting, like, oh my God, Paul and Karini all over again.
Exactly.
But she got through, and production was helping her. Like, she's like, how do you say H? So I
wonder if he travels with an interpreter like Marley Matt.
Well, no, he said when he was traveling, like, that he has to tell the people, like, when he gets to the gate that he's deaf, and in case there's like a whatchamacallit, if the planes are running late or they change terminals or whatever, that they have to let him know. So I don't think he was traveling with anybody.
I wonder what color his lanyard is. Sorry.
Maybe they're daisies, or maybe they're I don't know. Tulips. I have no idea. But I was looking for like some type of like thing, because I would be afraid if I couldn't hear a thing, especially traveling from Omaha, Nebraska, which I've actually flew to Omaha. You have to, even from here, you fly from New York to Chicago and then to Omaha. So I can't even imagine all the layovers that poor man had trying to get from there to there. That was. By the time I got to Omaha via plane, I'm like, shit, I could have drove there. With like I had like a horribly long layover, but yeah, that was a lot. And
Yeah.
so I believe him.
And of course, production, adds drama to it by, having things silent and,
I know the silence is like annoying.
yeah, capturing the moment.
And I get they're trying to see it from like trying to make us see it from his perspective, but
Yeah, I get it, but it doesn't make for good TV.
Ruth Ann's just highlight Ruth Ann's comment.
which one?
Yes, she cried because she can finally move here and have a toilet.
No, I mean, like it's true. I mean that place
funny.
doesn't even. They don't. It barely has electricity.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a tarp over the roof, like as a roof.
And it kind of looks like they had the piece of the steel that's kind of looks like a barn or the pole barns.
I'm telling you, I would not stay in that place. I don't know who. Like, I would be like,
Yeah.
no, we're going back to the hotel. No way. And you could tell like it was hot as hell because like when she was in there, she was sweating. The kid was sweating. And like David's like a little bit of a bigger guy, so he's gonna be sweating more.
But Dad says, if he wants to contribute, by all means, he'll accept.
I'm sure he will. But I believe their stories. So
yeah,
if David actually wants to get her into a nicer place and whatever, then good for him. And they're gonna make money from the show and whatever, and then she'll get her endorsements like Rose did. Now Rose is looking pretty good.
She looks beautiful.
I'm sure she's not struggling like she was at one point.
Yeah, I mean that's the ultimate revenge. I mean,
most definitely.
All right, so I think we're good with Dingum. Look at us chumming through this.
Look at that. I mean, Brooklyn, we're gonna be over this before you know it.
Well, I'm really trying to push it because I know Sophie she wakes up super early in the morning. So
that's okay. Let's go with Riley and Violet.
Okay. Where are they?
So Riley and Violet, they have the dumbest bet ever of whoever touches the first,
It should have been whoever touches who first never sees each other for the rest of the goddamn trip. Because it doesn't look like Violet planned on spending much time with this guy.
No. I think she's married and has a family and is trying to use him for money.
Well, we saw last week that she was like, sending the text to his dad when they were breaking up, or together or whatever. But they looked really happy when they met each other,
But I mean, that would have been a huge red flag for me. Like, you're contacting my parent and you still want me to come visit you? No.
I thought they were going to get like 2 hotel rooms like next to each other. That was my plan.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed if I spent, again, all those, he said, 37 hours it took him to get there?
Something like that, yeah.
So he's there for 2 weeks, 4 days of traveling. So you're there for 10 days.
And then another 4 days of traveling home.
Yeah.
Right. No, he said it was 2 days to get there because it was like 20. It was like 22 hours, I think he said. So 2 days there, 2 days back.
Gotcha.
So you got 10 days. For a woman you don't necessarily trust.
I don't know if I could travel for 2 days to meet somebody. Like,
not for 10 days.
Luckily, like we live like, I can go to Kennedy, JFK, which is like one of the biggest airports in the world. So usually you can get a flight direct to anywhere from there.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's like one layover if you're going like, overseas.
Yeah.
You can fly from here to like, I don't know, like Istanbul and Istanbul to like Vietnam or whatever. But Lord, that is a lot.
Yeah. And it just, it was like no touching. Like,
whoever touches the other first has complete control of them or something like that.
Yeah, I'm like,
stupid.
Odd.
Yeah.
So then like, he takes a shower and they go to have dinner.
Like he requests 2 keys, which, apparently she was like, oh, no, Madigas. But, I've worked in the hotel industry and 2 keys is pretty common.
It's normal.
Very, very, very common.
Even like when me and Cody go to like our motels, we always get 2 keys. And, we love our motels, right? We always
it's not the traditional key, everyone has key cards. So you know, they program them, because if you lose your key and they have to program it, then once they program it, the other key is no longer active. So if you have like 2 or 3 people staying in the room and each person, like one person loses it, then all their keys are disactivated. So it's like, you
Mm.
have to keep making it either a duplicate key, or you just have to like give them 150 keys. Because they're,
Oh.
Gotcha.
She has value. I mean, also, doesn't she have kids and she was divorced, right? Doesn't
yes.
yeah. So I was
think
like,
so, yeah.
okay, you're not gonna stay with him, whatever, because that's too much. But like, you're people of a certain age at the same time.
Right.
And I get it with Nicola because he's a virgin, and
Right.
I'm sure he had to pray every time she touched him. But with this, I was like, okay, whatever. And then, so they're at this rooftop dinner, which the view is very nice. So Violet's in Saigon, or Ho Chi Minh City. It's like the biggest city in Vietnam. And I still call it Saigon. So
how late was he? I mean, she was heated. Like, you kept me waiting. Like, how late was he? Was she there like 5 minutes? Was she there 20 minutes?
I don't know. I just figured
know.
Order an appetizer and eat those, and
he had to
go
scrub
off
his
on your merry
twig and
way?
berries because he thought he was probably going to get some action. And nope, she was like, gotta go, bye. But he
But
did.
he also said, in her country, it's, very disrespectful. So he honored that. But if she opened the door, he's not going to say no.
Right.
So what's his name?
Riley.
He felt bad. Bless his heart. He felt bad for missing her birthday. So he goes to Kohl's and gets her this pearl.
They did look
Anybody think those
janky.
pearls are real? I mean, like,
No, they look very janky. Like,
they like the real pearls don't come in like a little box set like that with the earrings, the necklace, and
right.
and the bracelet. That would have been money.
Because real pearls
He went
have a
to
bigger
Kohl's
bank. Yeah.
and used his Kohl's cash.
He had Kohl's cash
$50 Kohl's cash.
and a 30% off coupon on top of the Kohl's cash.
Yes. On the Vera Wang special.
I don't know if it was Vera
And
Wang.
said she'll love it.
No, not Vera Wang. That was like pearls.
They
by
have like the
Jacqueline-
Vera Wang thing
That
at
was
Kohl's.
pearls by Jacqueline Smith or
Cheaper.
something like that. Jacqueline Smith pearls.
Exactly. Yeah.
Maybe he got it at
Probably.
J.C. Penney's. I think J.C.
Yeah.
Penney sells
see?
Jacqueline Smith's line.
But yeah, and she wasn't impressed. And might I point out that she had one nail manicured. The rest of her nails were all janky looking.
Well,
and
you know
she
what
had
that's for, right?
what was her ring finger?
Kidding. Well, that works too.
And it was just one polished nail.
He either went to Costco and got Costco brand pearls, or I think those are pearls from Kohl's with Kohl's cash and a 30% off coupon.
The Jacqueline Smith collection.
And that's it.
Because
And
real
it's like-
pearls,
She's like, they farm pearls here. Like, this is common. And like
Yeah.
real pearls. She didn't say real pearls, but like, and she's like, by the way, I don't like pearls. And I don't like pearls either. I was never.
real pearls are beautiful. Like, because real pearls have an iridescent about them. And actually, you do have to wear them because of the oxygen in your skin. It helps keep them from turning. And then typically they come like in a box where they're like laid out, not in a box this big where you got the earrings, necklace, and bracelet.
Like, the only woman I ever liked with pearls on was like Brie Vandekamp from Desperate Housewives. She always had the pearls on. I thought like that was it for me. But anyway, the pearls. And men don't wear pearls. So
Yeah.
there's that.
But don't forget, tomorrow she's busy.
Tomorrow she's busy. He's like, well, so what are we gonna do tomorrow? She's like, well, I got a mission with the church. Gonna head over to ladies' night with the girls.
And I might see ya tomorrow night. If you're lucky.
Gotta go to the mall, return a couple things. Hey, Roro, thank
Thank you, Roro.
Gotta go over to like, you know, she's gotta go to Kohl's, return this bullshit pearl set that you got me. That's number one on the list to do. You know, Vietnam Kohl's, and I can't with the pearls, and like he rented it, like he spent like thousands of dollars on it. It was like all in the same box, like whatever.
I'm thinking it was like $19.99 with the 30% off, and then he had, you know, Kohl's cash left over.
He probably spent like $6.40 on that whole set, I would say. And probably like on top of like, you know, a Memorial Day sale. Like, you know, when they have like the sales over the weekends on top of it. And Kohl's lets you stack all that together. You can get your Memorial Day sale, your 30% off, your Kohl's cash. and then if you use your Kohl's charge, you get another 10% off that.
Exactly. And don't forget they've got their reward points too.
I love Kohl's, man.
I do too.
I love Kohl's. But totally from Kohl's. So yeah, she's like, you know, but if you want, I guess I could like schedule in for like a late dinner. He's like, oh, can you do that for me? I just traveled all this time to come see you.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he doesn't understand why she doesn't see him as the Ferrari he is.
He ain't no Ferrari.
Maybe she's looking for a Land Rover.
Never know.
Maybe a Hummer and not that Hummer.
And maybe definitely not real pearls, even if they were real. I don't know. It's whatever. So we'll see how that plays out, right? Or do we get everything with them?
Yeah. Hold on, let me double check. Yes. So we now either get Gino and Jasmine or Amanda and Razvan.
Let's do Amanda, and then we'll close up with the Lovebirds last.
Okay. So Razvan is the professional pancake maker.
Wait, Shea Freak says, I seen a set like that at Marshall's for $49.99. Yeah, but Marshalls, you don't get like the Kohl's cash. You know, so those are totally from Kohl's. I would have loved to see like the bottom of the box and the price tag on it. Go ahead, Wicked.
But you know, back to the pearls, you know, I'm sure the PI is going to be following her the next day so that he can, you know, find out exactly what she's doing. But anyway, so Razvan's a professional pancake maker. They looked kind of thick and gooey.
I just like him so much.
Yeah, he's a cutie, but he also got mad that
Cody's
she
in
fell
love with him.
asleep.
Cody, he could do no wrong in Cody's eyes.
He is cute.
Yeah. But you know, he was a little mad that they fell asleep last night. I get it, maybe the jet lag.
Wally has a big hickey on his back.
We don't know how long into the trip she is, so we're gonna say like maybe day 2. Which hickeys are so tacky. I'm sorry. Are you in the 10th grade?
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah. But, you know, whatever. And the pancakes, and then we had to see, like, you know, him spreading the chocolate in his videos.
And it didn't look like,
does that light your boards up, ladies?
Did what now?
Does that, like, light your boards up? Like, when you see a man rub chocolate on his chest like that when he's making pancakes,
he could have used, like, Hershey syrup, which would have looked a lot better.
I'm not really into strippers
on my body
no,
like that.
Like,
ew, gross. It's sticky and yucky.
Yeah.
Like, never. No.
Yeah. Now, you want to talk about weird? She's packing nail polish and nail polish remover. Like, didn't she get her pedicure, manicure before she went? Why are you polishing your toes on the trip while he's cooking breakfast?
Very true.
Yeah, but you know, she's also there for 3 weeks, so you know, I get you have to do your nails, right? I don't know. I've never.
No, because if she would have polished them before she went, they would have been fine through the duration because you don't have to change your polish that often.
So yeah, then you know, they're shopping.
Yeah, but he's a little mad because he wants to talk to the kid about the relationship.
You're gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to go off camera for a few seconds, but I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm gonna try and talk.
Oh no, that's fine. But you know, he's a little mad because he wants the kids to understand their relationship, and she's like, "Oh no, we can't tell them just yet."
They're what, 3 and 4?
I think
Something like
4 or
that?
7.
Really? Well, they're still young, and they're
Yeah,
still
super young.
carrying their father around with them.
Right. And still,
So
grieving the loss of their father.
I
So
don't think
it
it's the
was
time.
definitely weird.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's the time. Also, she says, what if I introduced my kids to him and he leaves like their father left? And I'm like, he didn't
You should
leave.
have thought about,
He died. He didn't
Yeah.
leave.
She should never have left in the first place.
But she should have not went either. Exactly. But the dad didn't leave. He passed away. She acted like he up and left him one day.
Right.
And he went out for a gallon of milk and never come home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how she's acting. And I didn't like that. Positive Paula said, I thought that was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's and she's very awkward. I mean, even when he was, trying to get her to bite the pancake, it just seems, and I don't know if it's
No,
because she's on camera and not comfortable. I mean, clearly she hasn't grieved the death of her husband for more
Right.
than 2 seconds.
Right. Literal 2 seconds.
Yeah. But it was just, night, Polly. But
yeah, she does act a little wicked, gifted 5 memberships.
woot, woot.
Thank you,
Hey,
Wicked.
Wicked.
You're welcome.
You have to carry this without me for just a few seconds more. Sorry.
Okay.
But
Hopefully the people,
she does act very awkward with
Very.
him.
yeah, and almost uninterested, but
Mhm.
interested, but not.
Mhm.
And I don't know if she's trying to protect herself so that she doesn't get hurt, or if
I don't know.
she went into
can't
this not
pinpoint it.
thinking.
Mhm.
It seemed very, very odd to me,
Mhm.
because it's like I think he wants to be a little bit more affectionate with her, and I think she's very sarcastic, which is almost off-putting for me.
She looks like she'd rather be on fire than be there.
True.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was just, so they go to the grocery store, and she
Oh my
can't have
God.
dairy. She doesn't do GMO.
Gluten.
She doesn't do processed food, which is great, but it's like,
You are in a foreign country where these are the things that they have.
right.
You can't
And he's
be
doing his best,
as you can
salsa.
be at home in America.
Right. And I don't know why he wanted to buy her waffles, since he's the best pancake maker in the world.
Because she didn't want to eat them.
Right.
He was
And
like,
it's
well, why
just-
not waffles then? It's just.
Well, I'm not a breakfast person either on her defense.
But I mean, when your choices are limited and you get salsa, what else are you going to have? You can't eat salsa the whole time. Because maybe she's vegan. I don't know. But she was.
She acts really uninterested, and she's a spoiled brat. And I feel like she's been leading him on all these months leading up to the trip. And now that she's there, she won't touch him. She won't talk to him. She won't do anything. She won't.
Do you think maybe she was like, okay, it went faster than she thought. And then when she got there, it was like, holy shit, maybe I shouldn't have come. But at this point, she had already signed on to
She was
film
already there.
and was already there, and like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm here for the money, whatever piddly paycheck they're going to give me, and we're just going to go with it. But it was super just awkward.
It was.
I know I
It
said that
was. It
a
was
lot,
super awkward.
and she doesn't seem interested at all.
Not at all. No. When she was at home and she was talking about him, she seemed very interested.
Very.
But like you said, once she got there and reality set in really fast,
right.
she wanted nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
holy crap, could this possibly be too soon?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. What in the snap crackle pop have I done? Because,
Right.
I'm filming. I
And
can't
I'm
back
on
out.
national TV doing this to myself,
Yeah. I mean, and
disgracing my deceased husband.
yeah, and I'm sure she got dragged for
Mhm,
her choice.
I'm sure. Mhm,
And I know that our new friend Julie, who I guess we haven't talked to in a minute,
mhm.
it's like she had a more realistic story, but I don't think hers was. I told John, who would you rather have on a show? A woman who took her time to grieve and moved forward, or this woman who buried her husband and a hot second later she's on the internet searching for people. And not even like a
Right.
support group like, hey, you've lost your wife, go through it organically, but let's just, but here, let's just
Sorry
suck
about
it back
this.
and hope that he doesn't, want anything more. You feel better now?
No, well, Cody's got the shingles really bad, so he's constantly in pain. Obviously, the last week has been stressful, and I haven't been feeling good myself. So sorry about that.
Oh, yeah, that's okay.
Thanks for carrying. Oh my.
Oh, of
You're fine.
course.
My husband had, not my husband, shit. My brother had the shingles when he was in his 20s, and they looked very painful.
Oh, he's in like
Yeah.
his whole like right side, like he could barely
Mhm.
move, and like for him, it's like pain. It's like not burny, like
Yeah.
itchy, it's pain. So yeah. Anywho, where are we?
So Amanda and Rasvin walk in the park. She's freaked out by the birds. I guess she thinks they're going to swoop down and peck her eyes out.
I mean,
And
those birds were like were those like all the birds? Like come on, like I would have been like I would have been freaked out. Like what's her
Mhm.
name? Tippi Hedren? Was she like going to be in the park? Like
but it's like they were just chirping. It's not like you seen like
oh, that sounded like there were like
birds,
5 million
swooping down to-
crows like up above. Like I would have been freaked. He's like this beautiful quiet park and there are children playing. It's like like I know I would like get me out of here.
No.
So
So
they vampire bats. We are in Romania.
yeah.
Right.
So Rasman does call his music producer and says, hey, I'm going to bring my new boo to the video shoot. And the producer's like, is she jealous? Well, yeah, she's jealous, but I think she'll be okay. And her exact words were, actions will tell her what she needs to know. But keep in mind, actors have to act.
Was
But
that
before
before or
that,
That
it was like he asked her if she was going to do it, and she was like, I'm not an actress.
but you're
And
on
then
the
she
number
was
one
like-
TV show on Sunday nights.
Right. And then she said, but are you going to kiss her? And he was like, well, that is part of it, pretty much, And that's when he calls his producer, and she hears her name but doesn't know what's being said. And
In terms of talent, and God, this is a stretch, but
Yeah.
I think Soldier Boy is a little bit more qualified. God, to give that man a compliment is just the worst, but a little bit more. Because didn't Razvan say that he also wanted to be a cowboy, country, and western singer with that accent? Could you imagine? That's like watching Bruno when at the very end of Bruno when he's straight Dave. Remember that, that part with the accent? That's where my head went first was Bruno. You want to be a country and western cowboy singer?
That was
Right.
hysterical.
Oh God, I can't.
I'm like, okay, the Romanian country western cowboy.
with lots of money. No.
Take this job and shove it. I don't work here anymore.
Could you imagine?
Yeehaw, yippee yay, Kyle.
I want to be a cowboy. You do it, my
How
friend.
y'all doing today? So whatever. I'm gonna work on that.
Okay.
Accent. I'm gonna have to perfect
But
that.
she did get kind of pissy because she clearly heard her name, but wasn't aware what he was saying. But he's like, "Oh no, it's okay." I was telling him how much I love you. Okay.
And it was rude, like, you know, him talking to like the producer, all in, you know, his native tongue. I don't know if the producer spoke English at all, so maybe that's why he had to. But I would be annoyed by that.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
It
But
seemed
she's
like
annoyed
he
by
did
everything.
though, because they did both English and Romanian.
She's annoyed by everything. It seems like she's like annoyed by her own shadow. Like
That's
she just looks miserable. Every scene she's in, like she's got the. My grandma would say, like, wipe that puss off your face. When to me, when, like, you know, just like
Mhm.
annoyed I didn't get my way. You'd like to. And my grandma would like wipe that puss off your face.
Right.
That's what I want to say to her every time I see her on the screen. The puss face.
Right.
Does
And
anybody
that's
else
what
familiar
I'm
with that
convinced that
terminology?
she took it for the money.
And then he's saying that, like, you know, his ex-wife was jealous, but didn't he say that he was only married to his ex-wife for like 6 months or something like that? If I'm
Yeah,
not-
like a hot minute. Yeah.
So that didn't last long. And, you know, and she's like, well, I'm already like skeptical of him like flirting with the women and like, you know, the way he makes money on social media. And like, look at his place. There's more lighting in that apartment than a porn studio,
Well, you know,
which I'm sure that some QT porn is going down in that house. Like, tell me that man doesn't have an OnlyFans. He has to. I mean, he just has to.
Probably.
Can you check? I don't follow any of the new casts anymore because I don't care about them. So I stopped following new casts like a couple of seasons back. So I don't
Yeah.
but that man has got to have an OnlyFans. There's no way he doesn't. Or maybe he's on what's that Stephanie site where she sells the farts? What is that? Unfiltered or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure Stephanie gave him a good deal to join her platform. So whatever.
Probably.
okay.
But
so,
yes. Do you see
You have
anything?
it?
Training program, one-on-one, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. No OnlyFans, but for a 60-minute one-on-one consultation is $497. For
Consultation on what?
it doesn't say if it's what it is.
So an hour like video call is $500 is what he's
Yeah, for a fitness consultation. For $400, he'll promote your business on all of his social media accounts.
How many followers does he have?
$25.3.
But didn't she say like he's big on TikTok too?
Yeah. But hold on, he's got a he had some weird ones. Hold on, we're looking. Hold on. Oh hell. Okay, so he'll promote you for $400. I'm going to assume that all of this is Romanian. For $9, if you send him a message,
No, I'm pretty sure that's American. Go ahead.
Okay, so for $9, he guarantees a prompt reply.
Don't they have the euro in Romania? Is that a euro country? They probably use euro, which is on point with ours, which is pretty close to our currency. I know the pound is more to the dollar than we have, but I think the euro is slightly higher than our dollar too.
It says the Romanian leu is like 22 cents to the US dollar.
So it's all right. Well, we're getting too much.
Romania has set 2024 as its target year to adopt the euro.
Oh, so they're not on the euro
Next
yet.
year.
All right.
So,
So that definitely is American then. No way that
Right.
you know, because he's a big shot, right? And he's going to be a country western singer. So should we move to the Lovebirds? Are we good with them? Is there anything else sorry about Amanda? Did we cover them?
Amanda and Razvan are done.
Oh God. Hail Mary, full of grace. Let's get through Gino and Jasmine. These Lovebirds. I mean, I don't believe.
He would be perfect for Darcy.
Oh no, Darcy's too much for him.
They've been in Dubai.
Who? Darcy and him?
Darcy and Stacy. I don't know if they're filming. I'm sure they had work and anywho. So Gino and Jasmine.
So Gino and Jasmine.
Yes.
I have my old boss is from Michigan. The same town, the same street that Gino is from. I was watching 90 Day one day and he come in and he was like, "Oh God, that guy." And I was like, "What are you talking? What?" And he said, "Gino." He was like, "I know him personally."
Oh
And
wow.
I'm like, "No shit." And he was like, "Yeah."
What do you tell
Yes,
you?
and
Yeah. What do
that
you?
was hanging.
he's a cop caller, that he's like the most hated person that lives around there, that all the kids that will play on the street and kids riding bikes or whatever, that he's always making trouble for them and all of that
I
stuff.
could see that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I could see him being a wet blanket in every sense of the
Yeah.
word.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And there was all these sexy women coming in and out of his house.
Look at Sophie coming in with the tea.
Go girl.
I've had this tea for like a year now. But yes.
Look at that. Huh.
Mhm.
And so, and the sugar babies have been coming to us. I can see that. I mean, like,
Yeah.
that's
100%.
Yeah.
And I can definitely see him paying
Mhm.
for company.
Yes.
well, we interviewed them last year.
Yes, last year,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I'm just,
He looks
he
like the
just-
type.
yeah.
And I mean, Jasmine at the end of their first season said, "Well, I was on the site too. Like, bitch, we all knew you were. Like, we
Yeah.
thought you. None of us thought you
We're
meant
not shocked.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
not with all your expensive taste and demands when you need to take a vacation within a vacation within a vacation.
Yes.
Yes.
But
How about
Gina-
the apartment that he's paying for now? That's what, $3,000 a month because
Yeah, 3,500.
only the bougiest people in Panama can live there.
Yeah.
But she only signed a lease for a month.
$3,500 worth of hair on her head.
Oh my God, when she said that.
No.
Yeah. And I
don't
think it's
believe
so
it.
funny
And you have
because
to pay all that to look that mediocre. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
Seriously.
like-
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
and her hair doesn't look that great.
No.
I don't think she's pretty in any sense of the word.
No, I don't either. I don't.
Inside, outside, anywhere in
Mhm.
between.
Yeah, no.
No, I don't either.
I
Well-
mean, it's just to her credit though, she's not one of the people like how the Kardashians are constantly, and Kim Zolciak did it, they're constantly playing with their hair. She doesn't do that. I don't know why. It's like a extension thing. You're always like,
It's a thing. I have extensions too, and when I have it down, I have to make sure I keep my hands out of it when I'm live because I'm just like constantly like running my fingers through it.
but why is that? Does it like, is
Just
it bothering you or
nice.
is it just
No,
kind of
it
like,
just feels nice.
oh, okay.
It just feels
But
nice.
I thought it was funny that Gino bought her one pack of hair and then,
Wait, Susie B, she really has alopecia?
really?
Really, I didn't know that.
Isn't that like when like you have no hair, like no eyebrows, like nothing?
No, there's different kinds of alopecia. I don't know what kind she has, but
And you could tell she's been getting work done, honey, because like I said last week, the film that when you see her filming like on the show with Gino, and then her
Mhm.
confessional looks are
her confessional are like
Boobs,
Yeah.
lips, fillers.
whatever like that, whatever bronzer or whatever they do to your face to make it like I
The
don't know,
microdermabrasion.
Botox or whatever, but it's
Yeah.
and she still looks mediocre, but whatever. So good news.
Can I just say, if I am so tired of hearing, I gave up everything.
What'd you give up?
She gave up her kids. She had
Like-
nothing else. She gave up her kids.
If you
period.
go on reality TV, I don't care if it's Survivor, I don't care if it's 90 Day Fiance, I don't care what it is. You should not be able to say, I gave up everything.
Mm-mm.
Guess what? So did everyone else there. Stop.
But like all the things to brag about you giving up, I would put kids like last. And I'm waiting for it. But Larissa gave her kids, you know, I'm waiting for that comment. So don't say
On
it.
who?
But Larissa did it so she could give them money and get them, you know, but I'm
Right.
not Larissa right now.
And then why do people give stuffed animals? And like Jasmine's taking her unicorn to dinner with them.
Like Karini with her unicorns.
Karini, there's been a couple other like
Well,
Karini
Karini
went
is like a
overboard.
few margaritas short of a party, of a fiesta.
Yeah.
There's
Very
that.
true.
And so is Jasmine, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I guess they should be like beefers, really.
She's all about the money. And when this
Oh,
prenup
100%.
was brought up, she
I
lost.
know you're skipping the best part. Don't get to the prenup
Sorry.
yet.
Okay.
Because this
Oh, don't
guy-
forget the fanny pack. He bought her a new fanny pack.
Before
I
that,
didn't see that part.
you know, Jasmine woke up to a nice surprise.
Oh, yes.
Something was
But still
poking
no
her in
happy
the back.
ending.
Gino,
The first time that they had sex in over 2 years or something, was
Yeah.
it?
The seventh time that they had
Seventh
had
time.
sex. Like, are you in high school and you keep track? Like, do you put a ribbon around your bed every time it happens? Like, go 1, 2, 3, 4.
A notch.
and you would think like I don't know. Like I can't figure Gino out because he's obviously paying for all these women that he meets and their lifestyles and their everything from soup to nuts. But like maybe I don't know. Like, do you have to get such expensive women if you don't plan on like having sex with them? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure you can find like a nice homelier girl for like, you know, a quarter of the price
Kareem.
that will like be fine with him not trying to have sex with her, or, you know, do what he wants.
Again, Karini.
Yeah. And, you know, he tries so hard to be this big spender, but then his cheapness comes out, you know.
Yes.
And
Yes.
because she does the same thing, you know, over and over. She gets mad, she screams, she yells, she cries, she storms off.
Mhm.
And that's it. I mean, have we ever seen them go through one scene where they aren't screaming at each other?
No.
No.
You know, in Jasmine's crocodile tears, you lied to me. Like, come on, man. Everything's reshot. I'm surprised like they're not reading off a script. Jasmine, you say this.
I just want to be your priority. Whatever, man.
Yeah,
He's paying for your house, your hair, your Botox.
And
What
all
is it,
very
his-
expensive
her
hair and houses.
sister
and
or
Botox.
her cousin or whoever that is that's staying there with her.
I think
right.
it's your sister, isn't it? I
think
feel
so.
it's
Yeah.
your sister.
But I mean, you know, he wants to
paying for
do,
that?
you know, he's trying to control Jasmine by, you know, buying her these things. But then when she wants to, you know, it doesn't make sense to me. They
Right.
bug me.
Right? Like she tried to throw him at and be like, bitch, I'm not going nowhere. This is my career."
Exactly. He's paying for it.
And what is she gonna do when she like who would want if I was living where Jasmine's living, I'd never leave Panama. Like that means
No.
everything. And you want to go to Michigan? No offense to anybody in Michigan, but you know,
It's Panama.
Yeah. What part of Michigan is he from?
it doesn't mater in anywhere in Michigan.
Detroit?
It's-
Because, you know,
it's
they got
home.
like, I want to see Jasmine in about 9 foot of snow.
Hmm.
You think she's gonna be
Uh,
happy there?
Oh, hell
No.
no.
I'm
She's
telling
gonna
you,
be
by
like-
the time if she ever gets to Michigan, she'll be having him move to like Miami real quick.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like Paul and Russ.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who else? A lot of people moved to Miami. Didn't well, Lauren and Alex live in South Florida.
Yeah.
But she was from Florida.
New York and
She
Florida.
she
Yeah.
already lived in Florida.
Yeah.
She wasn't
Yeah,
from
she
there,
did.
but
Yeah,
she already lived there.
Alex and Lauren didn't yeah. Powell and Russ. Go ahead.
My question for her, does she understand how 401ks work and US banking? Or does she
No.
just think that he has access to this money?
All this money. Yes.
Please tell me that's like in the UP, like the Upper Peninsula. Please tell me it's as far north in Michigan as possible. I want to see her freezing. I want to see her freezing in the middle of nowhere, Michigan. Is that by Detroit? Where's Canton?
Let's check.
I want it to be like by Sault Ste. Marie, like right up there at the top. UP.
Like by the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
Oh, 100% if Gino ran out of money,
Oh,
she'd
yeah.
be like, oh, I love you, but
Yeah,
I can't be with you.
Yeah. It's basically on the water.
Like where? Let me look it up. Let me look myself. Hold on. It'll take me a second.
On Lake Erie.
Oh, so it's like to the right side, like kind of where
Mhm.
Detroit is then?
Yes.
Okay.
North of Toledo, Ohio.
Oh, all right. So it's not. Oh, you
It's
know,
pretty cold.
it's still pretty cold. Canton. That's
Any
Canton.
of the living on any of the Great Lakes, it's cold.
Yeah.
And I went to school upstate in New York, Geneseo, and we got that lake effect snow. And it was freezing.
Mhm.
And then I also lived, somewhere else by the Great Lakes, and that was miserable. All right. So she's not that far from Detroit. So at least she's got like a little bit of
Right.
city life, but whatever. She's going to hate it. We all know that. So we have the prenup talk, right? And they go to lunch. She's eating her wrap. I'm surprised the wrap wasn't made of gold. And he says, like, I've been working hard since I graduated college in 1993. And, we're in love and we're going to stay in love and our love's going to last forever. And ba, 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 ba.
But in case it doesn't, here's a prenup.
Thank you, EJ's Nana.
Oh, thank you, EJ. Oh, listen, no, I love my Michiganders. I'm just saying, somebody coming from that view in Panama to anywhere cold. It doesn't have to be Michigan. Any northern state, really.
Yeah.
Where it snows and it's cold.
Wouldn't it be awesome, Minnesota?
Mm.
I live in a cold state. I'm in Jersey. And anything north of I would say, Jesus, it gets cold pretty much everywhere in the country except South Florida and maybe
like North Carolina is where it starts to drop off and start getting like warmer.
But I was in North Carolina December and it was cold. Like I was thinking it would be a little bit warmer, but it was like the same temperature that it was here in Charlotte. I would really, and I've been to Angela's house in Georgia, during the winter months. It wasn't freezing like it gets here, but it was chilly.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll get chilly, but it doesn't get cold.
It gets
cold in West Virginia.
Fort Lauderdale, on and off for 15 years. Mm-hmm. And there were a couple of nights I met Cody at the outside bar that we worked at. I would work the outside bar, and a few times it would be not often. Let me get that straight. The high 30s, and when everybody busts out their fur coats. That's my favorite part. The 2 days when it's cold, and everybody busts out their fur coats for one day. Hey, MTC, that was my favorite part of when it was cold in Florida, is seeing everybody oh. We almost got snow. It was back. Cody. Oh, he's in bed. Never mind. 2008, it got so cold that it was we might get snow. It's the first. Miami hasn't seen snow since I think 1970 or something like that.
I have family in the NOLA area, and they were on vacation and it started snowing, and my cousin and my uncle had never seen it actually snow, and they're out catching snowflakes and everything in the parking lot, and it's get in here, people are gonna think you're goofy.
God, the first time Cody saw snow, when I took him up here, we were working at a restaurant. It was a busy Saturday night, and the snow, it just started coming down, and he's looking out the window, and I said to my manager, I'm like, Lori, it's the first time Cody's ever seen snow. And it's in the middle of a Saturday night, rush, busy, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night. And I'm like, can we go outside for a second? She's like, let's all go outside. And the whole restaurant, all the waiters, and She's like, fuck them. The restaurant closed a year later, by the way. But I'll never forget that. We were all outside just watching Cody just like play with the snow for like in like 5 minutes, and we all ran back in. But whatever. Anywho, where are we?
So he mentions the prenups, but keep in mind prenups can be changed. You know, they can be for a certain amount of time, but you know, she's not hearing it, so she's gonna grab her unicorn and open her own door.
Yeah, listen, I could. And then she takes her ring off, and she's like, "I'm sorry, I almost put my notebook." She's like, "See this? Now we're no longer engaged." But she put it in her purse. And listen, if you take the engagement ring off, Judge Judy will tell you that it goes back to the man. That's not your property.
Yeah.
I thought it was whoever broke off the engagement.
No. That's the man's property. It's a promise of marriage. And I've been watching People's Court and Judge Judy since they've been on TV. And if you break, it doesn't matter who breaks off the engagement, you get that ring back. It's whoever gives it.
Good to know.
You have to get married, and then it's yours. But if you don't get married, then you gotta give it back. So there's that. That's Judy Justice.
She grabs her unicorn and leaves.
Then, next scene, they're sleeping in separate bedrooms because they're lovebirds, and every time they're together, they hate each other, and they scream, and they fight, and they kick each other out, and they beat each other, and they kick each other, and they spit in each other, and she throws things at him, and he just sits there like, the blind puppy, like with his dumb like puppy face, like
steals his hat.
Poor guy.
Immediately puts another one on.
Threw his toothbrush out of the window.
I did think it was funny because, I guess he wrote down the aspects of the prenuptial that he wanted to, try to present to her. And she's like, no. He's like, don't rip that up. And she's like halfway stripping and shredding it.
Tracy, and that's exactly how Judge Judy would say it. It is given in contemplation of marriage. Tracy is another Judge Judy lover. Go ahead. Sorry, Wicked.
Oh no, that's funny. I thought it was funny because she's like tearing it to shreds, and he's like, "Don't rip that up." Well, I took a picture of it,
and I don't think he did.
Oh, I think he did.
I thought like when he was on the floor, he was like trying to like tape it back together. I'm like, is he trying to tape that back together?
It was funny though.
Before he gave it to her, he took a picture. That's what I think.
Yeah. But I thought it was funny because as he was writing, like you show it and the ink is very dark, but when he's writing it, it's not dark at all.
Mm.
And, I thought it was, well, I don't know. I mean, obviously I didn't need a prenup when I got married, neither did Cody. He was saying, listen, if I divorce you, you get the max amount of money. And then she looked at it, she goes, yeah, but if I leave you, I get nothing or close to nothing.
Or the minimum amount. But, he put a cheating clause in there. I mean, and she, I don't think she understands that she can make this.
He doesn't want to have sex with her. Why does he want to cheat? Like, what is wrong with him? I don't get it.
Maybe she's terrible in bed.
Not according to her and her exes.
I mean, does she want references or what?
I would find her extremely intimidating in bed. Like I just see her like pulling out like those like that black thing, like that whip thing with the tassels on it, and just like going to town on them, like
He's
in the leather
traumatized because she's got those long ass fingernails, and she was like, "Yeah, I tried."
And she tells him he's a horrible lover. He's horrible in bed. All my exes are better. They're all better looking. They're better in bed. And then Gino was like, well, why aren't you with any of them? I was like, all right, at least he had a mild comeback.
Yeah. And
I will not give you that answer. And that's that,
you
right?
Need to say that. Yeah, you need to scream that.
And that's right. And that's it. That's all. And I feel bad because I know Sophie needs to go to bed.
Okay.
So Sophie,
Positive Paula says she doesn't want him to sign a prenup, but wants him to write a will.
True.
Yeah, and she wants everything in the will to be bequeathed to her. Bequeathed. I don't know.
Sure.
4 degrees. Bequeathed to her. It doesn't sound right. Bequeathed.
Does he have children?
No, I don't think.
Don't think so.
I don't think
apparently
so.
not. If he calls the police on kids driving their bikes in the street.
I'm pretty sure Nicolas had more sex than him, and he's a 46-year-old
man.
virgin.
Yeah.
Amen.
So true.
Amen, y'all.
But yeah, painful to watch.
Anything else we got?
That's it.
All right.
What's-
I'm gonna thank everybody. I don't know when we're gonna go live again. What's tomorrow? OC's on tomorrow night. We'll be live for something tomorrow. Maybe we'll do Atlanta. We keep saying that.
We're gonna do Atlanta and we never do.
I know. Maybe no. I'm gonna watch Atlanta actually now when we get off this. I don't know. We'll be live tomorrow for shows and TV, and we're moving away from all that and getting back on schedule. So
Good.
we'll definitely live on Thursday for Orange County, and then we'll figure out the rest as we go along. I think The Other Way starting soon, right? Which I guess we're gonna have to watch now.
Yeah, I was trying to find it and I
Yeah.
couldn't see anything.
I think it's in July 10th or something like that.
Okay.
And I hate The Other Way, but whatever. So
Yes.
and then again, I might go live on my channel, and I may or may not be there an hour or so for an undisclosed amount of time. And
At least now we know the jig,
and
so
if
we
you
don't worry
want-
about you.
maybe my screen will be on at some points. Maybe if I have a bad dream, I'll come out and talk about it, or trip over something, or you'll see Georgie run. I don't know, but
This is The Other Way, isn't it? That we're
no,
watching.
this is before
Yeah,
the 90
before.
days. And if you guys are bored and want, it's the John Yates chat line, the late night over. It's like dialing. Remember, like the 900 numbers that you have to call.
Yes.
Me, like those late night chat lines. God, that still exists.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
All right. So
It
that's
says that it ended the end of May. So
what The Other Way. I could have sworn I just saw
I was trying to find that today.
for The Other Way that it was starting in July. I could have sworn I heard that. And
There's
then also,
one of them starting. I'll have to look.
that other one starting with Angela when they're in the and Molly and Jovi and Yara and all that, when they're in the resort down in Key West, like the couples therapy one. I don't know when that's starting, but that should be starting soon. I'd much rather cover that than The Other Way, so hopefully that starts before The Other Way.
Is Angela and Michael still together?
You have to watch the show.
Oh, come
I'll
on.
never tell. I don't know shit, but he'll
You think-
never tell you.
I don't want a mean call from Angela, so
Okay.
I can't say anything.
Let's piss Mima off. Mima is not happy when she's upset.
Yeah, I don't want her. I don't want to be on the other side of Angela's rage. So you have to find the show and find out and watch. Like I'm on the show, watch the show and find out. I can't. Oh my God, she would murder me.
She
So-
knows where you live. She would drive to kick
She
your
would.
ass.
She would. And she would give me a good Georgia beatdown. I promise you, she would. So I can't say
Tony? Oh.
I can't say really anything about anybody on the show because they would all. Then wouldn't trust me anymore. And that'd
Do
be
you know
the end of
any
that.
Paul and
Good for
Carini
nothing
tea?
around here.
What?
Do you know any Paul and Carini tea?
Me and Paul keep missing each other. I was gonna have him come live with me, and he was gonna talk about because I think his cousin has custody of the kids, and like he took them to a different state or something like that. So I wanted Paul to give the deets on that, but we just keep missing each other. So you know what?
You know what, John? You could have him go live because he could carry the whole 10 hours by himself.
Oh yeah, I don't even need to be home. Paul just does all that. So his easiest interview ever. Hold on, I'll text him now and see. Hey, so get that going. Hopefully we could get that so we can update everybody.
Yep.
And that's it.
Well,
All right,
hopefully
guys.
we'll see you tomorrow with
We'll
the
definitely be
pizza.
live tomorrow at some point. I just don't know on what yet.
Okay.
All right, y'all have a great night. Thank you, and
Bye,
see you tomorrow.
guys.
Bye.
See you guys.